Hi friends, in this session you will learn some input-output functions in a C program. So let us see the output functions first. If you want to print a single character, so you can use putChar. So I am printing a capital letter A. So you can see the capital letter A got printed here. Single letters always we have to use within single quotes. So we can also use a variable, for example char C equal to, let me say, star. The character can hold either alphabets, digits, or any special character, right? So I'm giving the variable name here, the C, which has the value star. So we are printing a star. So here you can see the star got printed. For example, instead of char, I'm using a int. For example, int I is equal to 65, and I'm printing I. So what it will print? Putchar prints a character, right? But we are giving an integer. So integer automatically get converted to the char, which is nothing but, let us see. So capital A got printed because 65 is the ASCII value for capital A. So 65 converted to capital A and it is printing. If you want to print a string, then for example I am defining, so as you mentioned, the characters can be alphabets or numbers or special characters, right? So I am giving in a string all the three, and I am printing. Instead of putchar, we have to use puts if you want to print a string. So you can see the string got printed here. This is about puts. Another aspect of puts is, let me print, for example, puts. We can also give a string constant here. So if we see the output, it prints in two different lines, which means puts not only prints the string, it also prints a new line character. So it prints in two different lines. Another output function is the printf, right? Printf takes multiple arguments, and the first argument is always a string, and which is a mandatory. The first string is mandatory. So if we give a null string, that is not even space, null string, it gives a warning, but it executes. So it says warning 0 length printf format string, which means we have to give at least one character, at least space. So now there is no warning if you give a space. Okay. So here the printf function is a versatile function. So that is the reason we have multiple arguments. So let me say integer example, and I can mention 25, some number here, or instead I can say %d, and here I give another number 25. So other argument. So it prints integer example 25. It is example 25. Similarly, if you are giving a character, for example, I am giving 65. So this is an integer number, right? It will get converted to a character, which means though 65 is the ASCII value of capital A, we know. So it will convert it to capital A and prints capital A here. Capital A. Similarly, if you want to print a string, so we can give any string whichever we want. So we can give any string here. So it says integer example and welcome, because we give a %s. Instead of a constant value, you can also mention a variable name. So let me declare char str is equal to hello world. So here let me remove this. So it prints the hello world. Here I give %s, which is nothing but the value of this variable hello world. So we use %d for integers, %c for character, %s for string. Similarly, let me also define some integer value. Int I is equal to 100, or even short. Let me also define short. Short s is equal to 1, 2, 3, and I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let me also define long. So here we can see it printed the short number, int number, long number, and also the string. So we used %d for short, %d for integer, %ld for long, and %s for string. So we already know %c for single character. So let us print a few more. So here I am removing all this. We have not used long, right? Long, ll equal to, let us give some long number, and float f equal to some 123.456, or let us give a formula 22 divided by 7.0, which is nothing but pi value. And let us also give double d equal to same 7.0, and let us also give long double ld is equal to 22 by 7.0. So again, let's choose all this long, float, double, and ld. And here the format specifier for long we have to use %ld, for float %f, for double %lf, and for long double we have to use capital L and F. And let us print it. Let us execute it. For long we have to use LLD. So you can see the long number got printed, and the float number, double number, and long double got printed. So all these three numbers are printing the same, right? So let us remove this one long, and let us only see these three. And here instead of this I am giving let me say 15.13, 15.13, and 15.13. 15 in the sense 15 means the total characters we are formatting as total character 15, and 13 is after the dot. So if you see, there will be a small difference between float and double. Here 142857, here 0 is there, but here 142857 1 is there. Which one should we take it as a correct? So float cannot calculate properly after certain number of digits. So double, we should always take the double for float numbers if you want more digits, more than say 6 digits after the decimal point. So similarly, even long double is also good. If you want even more digits, we can go for a long double. So this is the formatting, and let me say some escape sequences here. I'm giving /n, which means in a new line we are printing in a new line. And here let us give 25 and 25 and run it. So this will get formatted to the right. Within the 25 spaces, it will get indented to the right. So if you want to indent to the left, then we have to use minus here. Minus. For example, I am using for 2. So if you see, these two are left indented and this one is right indented, because we have not used positive number. Here the minus we used for the first two. So this is called formatting, and only for the floating numbers we use this one dot specification. For integer and all, we don't have to give this dot. For either for integers, long, strings, etc., we will just give minus 25 or 25 like that. So one more thing here, Suppose I declare a number int I and float f, and I do not assign any value to it, and then I try to print. So what it will print? %d and %f I and f. We are not assigned any value and it is printing 0 and 0.00. So what does it mean? The compiler is assigning a 0 value if we have not assigned any value. But is this true? Actually, this is not true. This is not true with all compilers. This compiler is assigning like this, but different compilers behave differently. But the standard GCC compiler, what it does, once we declare a variable, an address will be assigned in the memory, right? So in that particular address, whatever garbage value is available, that value will get printed. It will not take 0 as a default value. So that is the standard behavior of a C compiler. But this particular compiler is giving C 0 value, but we should not believe this one. So now we have seen here it is printing side by side, right? If we give \t, so \t means tab. So let us see, a tab, some 5 spaces or so will get printed in between. Tab means, so we can give 2 tabs, 3 tabs like that, \t. If we want more tabs, we can give like that. So if I want 2 spaces here, I can give 2 spaces just like that. So it print 2 spaces in between. /n is for new line. So here after the first number, a new line get printed. Then there are two spaces. So these 2 spaces got printed, and this float number got printed. If you do not want any space, you can remove the spaces. And one more, for example, V is for vertical tab. Here let me give some big number so that you can see, and let us give some 15 spaces, and this one also some 15. So the vertical space means here it is here I gave 15 spaces, it printed in 15 spaces, and this one also I gave 15 spaces, it printed. The vertical tab means it will print in a different line and it will count from here, not from the start. If we give an ordinary tab, we know it will print in the same line. So on the same line, it takes some space, then it prints. If we give a new line, it will print in a new line from the beginning. So again 15 spaces, but from the beginning, 15 spaces from the beginning, new line. So like that, there are so many escape sequences we can learn as and when needed in our programs. What if we want to print the percentage itself? I want to print percentage. For that, we have to give 2 percentages. Then 1% will get printed. Similarly, we are using / for escape sequences, right? If we want to print the / itself, then we have to use 2 backslashes and it will print 1 backslash. It's like this. Similarly, double quotes, we are using for double quotes to surround this string, right? If you want to print the double quote itself, then we can also use / double quote or / single quote. So like that we can use if you want to print only the double quote or single quote. We have seen the output functions. Put char is to print a single character, put s to print a string, and printf is a versatile function to print anything. Now let us see the input functions. There are 2 input functions, getChar and scanf. There is no getS, which is deprecated and which was in the older versions. Now it is no more. So only 2 functions. GetChar is for reading a single character, and scanf is a versatile function. We can read multiple data types. Let us see the getChar first. So I'm typing char c equal to get char, which will read a single character, and I'm printing it, put char c. I'm executing it. So I enter capital A and it prints capital A. So instead of that, let me use printf ASCII value of %c is %d. Here we are reading a single character, so I am printing the character here c, and again I am printing the integer converted value of c, which is nothing but the ASCII value of c. So here I am running it. I type capital A and it says ASCII value of capital A is 65. So like that we can see the ASCII value of any character. For example, I type star and it says ASCII value of star is 42. So we can also do the same in a single line, but here I will not use this character. ASCII value is %d. Here I use directly get char. So I am reading a character and printing the integer equivalent of it. So I enter capital A. It says ASCII value is 65. So in a single line, we can find the ASCII value of any character. Let us go and see scanf. So here I am declaring one integer variable, one character variable, and one float variable. And I am reading three numbers: %d, %c, %f. %d is used for integer and short, %c for character, %f for float. Like that we have seen so many others. The same thing we can use, but we cannot use the escape sequences like \n and all that. We should not use. And the spaces doesn't matter here. Int is %d, char is %c, float is %f, a, c, f. One more thing, in the scanf we have to use ampersand. This is for passing the address. So we will discuss about the memory management later, but here scanf needs the address because the main function allocates some address to the variables declared in main function, and scanf is a different function. If we pass I, C and F, it will pass the values but not the address. That is the reason we have to pass the address, because the value should get stored in the address allocated by the main, not by the scanf. So we have to pass the address here in the scanf. In the memory management topic, which we will discuss later, I will explain you more about the memory management. I am running the program. So here, so 1, 2, 3 I gave for the integer, C for the character, and 7.123 for the float number. So I gave multiple spaces here, so it will automatically truncate. Here I have given only one space. It doesn't matter whether I give space here or not, and how many spaces I give here. All the white spaces will be removed. So it is printing int is 1, 2, 3, char is C, and float is 7.123. So this is about input output statements or functions in a C program. So let us learn other aspects of input output statements while we are working on other programs. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and do not forget to press bell icon, otherwise you will not get any notification. Please press the bell icon, and also please like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.